gone in, people seem to feel a lot more comfortable in themselves. And then they find that third, that fourth. And I don't know whether it's just because it's a one-leg game of FIFA, so your opponent just pushes up and they look for the equalizer, so there's just naturally more space behind. But either way, this is going to be an amazing quarterfinal.
And of course, the winner of this game will go up against the man that we just saw take down Justin Kluivert in the last game, Jesper Karlström, a lot of people's tournament favourite. We're going to keep banding that about because of the way that he has played. So a tough game to come for either of these competitors, but it is our second quarterfinal of the Stay and Play Cup. Jesper Karlström taking on Trent Alexander-Arnold. Dan, who's your favourite in this one?
I think it's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold, if I'm honest. I know that Lindstrom said that he thinks Karlström will take it, but he wants to see Trent win just so he can get that dream matchup of Bromley versus Liverpool. But from what I saw from Trent, he was just very well-behaved in the way he played FIFA. Like, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He had a lot of structure to his game. He was more than happy to take his time when he was going forward. But at the same time, he would inject energy into his game at the right times as well. He'd often just kind of flick a switch at the right time in the right place just to ensure he could break through a defence.
It was Jordan Henderson who was the man who was scoring goals for him as well, breaking from midfield. And that tells you a little bit about how he wants to approach the game. He wants to try and attack. He wants to get those central midfielders forward. But one man who's getting forward here is Jesper Karlström down the right-hand side, releasing the player who's managed to get to the byline here. He's got the cutback as well. A chance early on. Gets the strike away. Will it fall to him? Not on the second occasion, it will not. And the linesman's flag will go up for an offside decision here.
And you know, the other day we were talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold and his in-game FIFA Ultimate Team item, Mark, and you always told me he could play anywhere on the pitch because he was that good. I was doing a little bit of research, and Steven Gerrard actually said the same thing about Trent in real life. In his autobiography, he said that Trent could play midfield, he could play up front, he kind of play wherever. And Trent always modelled his own play style on Steven Gerrard, but then he just ended up being a fullback because it just fitted him naturally. And he is arguably one of the best fullbacks in the league, in the Premier League, if not the world right now. And he's so young. So I'm so excited to see what he can do in real life.
Well, let's see if he can keep up his form on the virtual pitch. Like Spencer said as well, the last remaining Premier League representative we have as well. And there's a strong tackle going in there. A real battle. Featuring Sadio Mane as well. A shot from distance here just to maybe try and catch his opponent off guard from Alexander-Arnold. What do you think of that as a viable option early on, Dan?
I think it's fine. You can play for a potential corner or maybe a rebound and it just bobbles its way in. Just kind of let your opponent know that you're there and you're not scared to shoot. Because then if they know you're not scared to shoot, they are going to pressure you a little bit more and it might leave a couple of gaps open at the back. So I'm always a big fan of just taking a couple of early shots just to impose a little bit of threat early on in the game.
We've seen a pause come in here between the players, maybe just having a little rethink of tactics, etc. Dan, and when we watch pro games, pauses are such a huge part of the game. Maybe just explain to a few people who are watching, and maybe watching FIFA for the first time, why that is.
So you can change a lot of tactics in FIFA, whether that be just a simple formation change, a player change, but you can also change the dynamic of your tactics as well. You can kind of set players to be attacking, to be defending, to play out wide, to play centrally, to cut certain angles, all these different things you can tweak and change that can really influence and make the difference in a game as that one's distant. I saw Trent Alexander-Arnold on his own during that pause, so maybe he was having a little quick text to his buddy Tex just to get a little bit of info. I don't know, maybe.
We'll have to see if that works out for him, but it's Jesper Karlström who's the man who's pushing forward at the moment. Goes all the way back to his fullback, and there's a little bit of space in the middle for him here, and I just wonder if he's going to build towards a shot, and in showing a few drag backs himself, something out of the playbook that we've seen from a few of the competitors so far in this tournament.
And that's what Jesper was saying in his interview earlier. Lindstrom was saying that when he's watching other players and he sees them doing drag backs and ball rolls, that's the first real indicator that they are a good player. You can be an all-right FIFA player without having those kind of skills, but you know that they're at that extra level above when they start to add those skill moves into their game. Even though they're very simple at a base level, actually implementing them into your FIFA game can be sometimes difficult of knowing when and where to have them.
Well, apart from the couple of long-range strikes that we had early on, there hasn't been too many chances. But speaking of which, speaking of the devil, there's a huge chance here for Jesper Karlström. But unfortunately, The finesse shot across goal. He's just going to go wide of the upright, but that's a huge chance early on.
That's a huge let-off for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm sure he would have been watching that ball go by with bated breath, and now just needs to make sure he does tighten up a little bit with those fullbacks, not allow those simple through balls to penetrate his defence so successfully.
Well, here comes the Jules Gordon's man again, and it's going to be Van Dijk who steps out. And if you've played FIFA, you'll know in Ultimate Team how valuable Virgil van Dijk is. Obviously, 85 rated mode in this game, but he's still got that presence on the pitch. And here's Mo Salah. Can't find that final ball, and much like I predicted, Dan, it's been a bit of a tough to decide who's kind of on top in this game so far. Very evenly balanced.
Yeah, it's been a battle in midfield, and both players have looked solid going forward. Similarly to what we saw in Trent's first game, he's focusing on that right-hand side, utilising the speed of Mo Salah. He's also got Mane on the left as well. Even though it's 85 rated, you've still got to consider the physical attributes that come into play, and the ability of these players and the stature of these players, how they can shrug off others more comfortably. Like you said, Van Dijk is always going to have that height, that presence, that body build, that stature that is just going to be able to barge others off the ball.
Well, this is defensive compatriot here. Robertson is going to have to do some work to get back, and he does well. And now Gigi Wijnaldum will move forward and look to pull the strings, and he gets Sadio Mane away down this left-hand side. Maybe just showed a little bit too much of it to the defender here. And well defended again by Jesper Karlström. Nothing between these two at the moment. 10 minutes till the break.
Similarly to quite a lot of other games we've seen, you kind of start 0-0 and no one really is able to get that first chance until around the half an hour mark. That one's just punched away for a corner. But as soon as that first goal goes in, that's when the game really starts to open up.
Well, nothing from the corner here, but maybe a big chance on the counter-attack if he can't make this tackle. But Jesper Karlström says, I will make this tackle, and does make that tackle, and now keeps the attack flowing forward. The tackle in the fullback position there by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And now Mo Salah has acres in front of him to attack, Dan.
So much space, so much pace available. Does just whip it back post. He's controlled it, and that's going to be the first for Trent. Almost rises out of his seat in celebration, but then realises he has to stay calm, has to stay focused, as Liverpool and Trent take a goal lead here against arguable favourite Jesper Karlström.
Big goal for Liverpool fans across the globe. Trent Alexander-Arnold gets the job done when that chance did come. But he has to take note maybe of the previous quarter-final that we saw where Justin Kluivert went into the lead. One goal won't decide a game. You need to stay concentrated. You need to keep your focus about you and not concede again. But a pretty similar timing on the goal as well, Dan, just before half-time.
It does seem to be that the nerves seem to come into play just before half-time. That's when the mistakes start to happen. That's when we see players slip up ever so slightly, but maybe Karlström can find an equaliser here. Doesn't quite get round the defence of Trent. One thing I did notice when Trent played against Vinicius Jr. in the round of 16 game is Trent was not scared to go for that second, that third, that fourth goal. However, I'm wondering against Karlström here if we need to see a little bit more patience and maybe just a little bit more possession from him.
Well, here comes Jesper Karlström inside stoppage time, and he's going to strike a goal as well, but it's just rising over the bar. There was a huge opportunity to make it 1-1 just before the half-time whistle. But you can see the stats there. The one shot for Trent Alexander-Arnold, but the most important stat is the one at the top there. 1-0 to Liverpool. And Jesper Karlström and Gio Gordons have got all to do in the second half, Dan.
Yeah, 37% possession for Trent as well. I think that's something that he needs to work on. He needs to just look at that and say, where am I being unable to hold on to the ball? Where am I giving the ball away? Again, a demonstration there of just maybe not going for a simple pass and playing it backwards. But, you know, Trent in real life is a very attacking player. Loves to get forward, loves to score goals. And tell you what, if he can find a second, a third, he can put this game to bed. It worked against Vinicius Jr. And maybe he's going to do the same here against Karlström.
Good tackle there by the Liverpool man. However, possession still in the hands of Jesper Karlström. Moving down this left-hand side, you can kind of feel the nerves in the game at the moment. Both players valuing possession of the ball. Stops up now, turns back, tries to find the ball inside and does so. But again, just a final pass cannot be found. Well defended by Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I think something very different from what we've seen from the professional footballers to maybe the esports players is how they read the game and how they predict their opponents, as well as almost a back post header. The ball has been picked up. Henderson, of all people, strikes again. Still has possession, does Trent? Maybe a second bite of the cherry, no. But something I've noticed from Trent's gameplay is he's just very good at reading his opponent and predicting what they're going to do. He picks up their kind of natural possession styles and he tries to counteract it very successfully.
He's managed to get to the byline here, and what a ball across goal that is! Jesper Karlström is back into the game. 1-1 now between the two players. And Dan, you have to say that little bit of play by the byline. Perfect wing play, perfect FIFA from Jesper Karlström.
He was just waiting for that striker to get into the position for the tap-in. If you can be patient, if you can beat that man and you can bide your time, just allow those attacking players to get into those positions, you can get that cutback. As Trent maybe will try and do something similar here, but instead recycles play. And again, there's that patient build-up that I said he so desperately needed. Starting to really feel his way into the game, even despite the equaliser here.
He tries to poke that one through. You can see the run from deep there, but just couldn't find the player, unfortunately. And now, as we're about to hit the hour mark in this game, still tied up at 1-1 between these two players, and it has been a fascinating encounter between the two. You have to say, Dan, 1-1's probably a good scoreline to reflect upon how the game's gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though there's been more possession for Karlström, I'd say that Trent's definitely been more than happy with how he's played and definitely matched up well against Jesper Karlström, who some were saying were the favourite for this game. But what I love about this competition in general is we're seeing teams that haven't matched up against each other in real life in decades. I mean, 1948, the last time we saw Liverpool versus Djurgårdens. Like, it's insane that we're even getting that opportunity, even if it's just on the virtual pitch.
Well, here comes the Djurgårdens man, Jesper Karlström. Was 1-0 down in this game, found the equaliser in this second half. And now he's looking not only to take the lead, but with the way that this game is going, maybe even potentially a winner. Steps away from one man. Nice little turn as he approaches the 18-yard box. Tries to get round the outside of Van Dijk, but not just on the virtual pitch. There's a lot of players in the Premier League and across the world who have tried to do that and has had the same amount of success.
He's just a brick wall in both real life and on FIFA. Plenty of space down this left-hand side as again Alexander Arnold is trying to penetrate these wings. Finds a ball through the middle, but the keeper just picks it up. And I feel like you were correct in your assumption of this game, Mark. A very tight game that could just come down to that one late goal to send one of these two players through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, maybe it'll be something like we just saw there. Almost turned into a goal. It was a mistake from Jesper Karlström. A little misplaced pass, which created the space in behind for him to try and find. But unfortunately for Trent Alexander-Arnold, pass was just over hit, but here comes the Liverpool man again. Releasing Mo Salah. Running down the wing. I'm sure Liverpool fans will be breaking out in song if that would have turned into an opportunity and potentially a goal, but it's for Karlström again. Defending superbly well, and now there's a counter on this left-hand side for the Djurgårdens man.
But well intercepted and almost Trent Alexander-Arnold using his own player in game to leave himself vulnerable at the back. He flew forward as the right back, as he does so many times in real life as well, just trying to win that ball back in dangerous areas. As here is Salah again on the right-hand side. Can he beat the man? No, he can't. Karlström's done very well to keep Salah at bay throughout this game, and Salah was the main point of attack for Alexander-Arnold against Vinicius Jr. in his round of 16 tie. So maybe he's kind of targeted that and seen that, and he's defended well.
Look at the space in behind here for Jesper Karlström. He's inside the box. Can he find the pass? It gets cut back. Can he finish? Oh, he's hit the post. But on the rebound, it is going to be the goal to give him the lead. Fortune favours the brave. And the breakaway goal means that the Djurgårdens man, Jesper Karlström, has turned this game around.
As Trent kind of slumped in his chair there, it's always the difficult pill to swallow. When your opponent shoots, it hits the woodwork, and then they're able to get a second bite of the cherry, and they're able to put it away. You always say, where were my defenders for the rebound? But there's still time for Trent. They go into the pause screen, substitutions can be made, fresh legs can be brought on. But certainly, Karlström may have the lead here, but this is not game over just yet, Mark.
Absolutely not. We've seen chances at both ends, and a little bit of fortune might be the thing that decides this game. It was a great breakaway from Jesper Karlström. He did well to find the man in the middle, and some people might say maybe the initial finish should have hit the back of the net and not struck the post, but having struck the post, it fell back to the man in the middle, who gleefully put it away. 2-1 now in this game, and not too long to go as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool have had some late goals go there in their favour in the Premier League. Can he be the man to find yet another one?
Lots of room on the left. Can he beat this first man and play the ball into the middle? Finds the one pass. He's on the edge of the box. Could strike if he wants to. He plays it short. There's plenty of space. Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was down, but he wasn't out. And straight from the kickoff, finds Firmino. And it's 2-2 now. Liverpool fans rejoice.
Bobby Firmino, the man for the big moment. Created the opportunity, and having been down for just a few moments, took the opportunity well as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold showing the mental side of FIFA as well. Not beating himself up, just coming back and replying immediately. And now you're seeing more changes, and this is the custom tactics, Dan. This shows how good these players are.
Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's been a Liverpool man since he was a boy. Went through the youth system, found his way into the first team. Liverpool through and through, and he wants to keep Liverpool in the Stay and Play Cup. The last Premier League representation. The last hope for England. But what does Jesper Karlström have to say? How will he answer back now after that goal from the get-go? Or are we going to be heading towards golden goal? That's what will happen if we get to 90 minutes here, folks.
Well, will it be a last gasp goal here from one of these players? Surely a goal at this stage would win it. And it's Jesper Karlström is the man who has possession of the ball. And in FIFA, that is the name of the game. If you've got the ball, you are controlling the game.
Will he just look for this final attack here? When we go into added time, we'll be able to turn one man. He's through. That's a nip of the ankles, though, and it's going to be a free kick, Mark.
A free kick in the final seconds here. Brings a few players close. Is he going to go for goal? Is he going to go for the spectacular? Is he going to look to finish this one in style? Jesper Karlström. Oh, the line. On the rebound. Oh, over the bar. Almost a grandstand finish to this game.
Trent just needs to calm himself down now. Potentially has a chance for one last attack. No, he doesn't. The final whistle goal goes, and we go into golden goal then. Between Djurgården and Liverpool. Two football names that I never thought I'd say side by side in a quarter-final, but here we are. As Jesper Karlström has been phenomenal all tournament, but he seems to have found a match in Trent Alexander-Arnold. But who do you think is going to take it, Mark, from what you've seen?
Honestly, it's flip a coin at this point. Both players have given as good as they've got. It's been back and forth. It's been up and down. But in that last second, the free kick, not just the fact that it was a free kick, it was about 3 inches away from potentially being a penalty as well, Dan. And that would have been even more heartbreak potentially for the Liverpool fans around the world and Trent Alexander-Arnold. But the free kick, I think it was a combination of a save on the crossbar and then the follow-up as well, blasted over. I mean, if you want drama, the virtual pitch can provide it.
And I love the fact we saw a direct free kick as well. And you might ask me why, and it's when we see esports players play FIFA, often they'll just lay the ball off and they'll try and pass their way into the goal. So I always appreciate someone having a direct free kick. And we've seen a few go in already this tournament, so I thought that was going to be it as it rattled against the crossbar. But golden goal then. Djurgårdens versus Liverpool. Trent versus Jesper. Will we get a Jesper versus Jesper semi-final? Or will Lindström, who's waiting in that semi-final, get that dream matchup of Brondby versus Liverpool? All it's going to take is one goal here for either of these players.
If you thought they were nervous before the game started, well, think about how they're feeling right now. One goal, one mistake, one bit of genius from one of these players will decide who goes through to the semi-finals. And just making a note here, it is Jesper Karlström who had the kickoff as well. So he's going to have possession from the start of the game, but well defended by Trent Alexander-Arnold.
And I'm sure in real life, both of these players would have made those mistakes that they couldn't sleep at night because they kept replaying it over and over. But are they going to make that same mistake on the virtual pitch? Because then they'll be replaying that moment over and over as they go to sleep. Oh, if I had only made that pass, if I had been able to score that free kick.
This is a great move here by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Quick pass in, interchanging. Wijnaldum now, massive chance! What a save from the goalkeeper. And Jesper Karlström is going to thank his lucky stars there that his goalkeeper's come up huge for him in golden goal.
A deep breath from Karlström, as he knows that was almost it. That was almost the game. It was almost him out of the competition, but he lives to fight another day. Or at least to fight for a few more minutes. Depending on whether Trent can get the ball back here. You can see how he's jockeying with his players and just trying to cut out all these passing lanes to make it very difficult for Jesper to break through and get through on goal.
But Jesper's being patient, biding his time and trying to wait for that opening to present itself. However, as you say, Dan, Alexander-Arnold defended so well, but then maybe just a little bit careless with possession, gives it away. And now Jesper Karlström and Djurgårdens can come forward on this left-hand side.
Trent does want to attack quickly. We saw that in his game versus Real Madrid. He's very good at the counter-attack, but maybe it could come back to haunt him here. But no, he steps in again, just cutting out possession. But here we go. It's just speed. It's just, I want to go forward from Trent.
Oh, there's loads of space here for Mo Salah as well. Inside the 18-yard box. Golden goal potentially. But just wide of the target once more.
I thought he was going to lay it off. I thought there was going to be that just oncoming striker who just smashes it home for him and sends Liverpool into the semi-finals. But alas, we carry on in golden goal. It's more possession for Trent Alexander-Arnold here, though.
Now, if you're just joining us, welcome along. 0-0. Golden goal is where we are at the moment in this quarter-final. The game was tied up at 2-2 to send it to golden goal. And you really can feel the kind of nervous energy and how tentative both players are being at the moment, both defensively and offensively.
Karlström a lot more methodical with his build-up in comparison to Trent Alexander-Arnold, though. But he gives that one away, and here comes Trent instantly lumping that ball up the pitch and trying to get him on the counter-attack. It's the over-the-top ball to Salah on the right-hand side. Will he be able to whip this one across? No, he can't beat the fullback. And again, Karlström has his number on that left-hand side.
There might be a chance of the counter-attack here. You can see players streaming forward here for Jesper Karlström and Djurgårdens. Goes out wide here. Couple of little skill moves just to try and find a bit of space, but the nerves really starting to show between the two players now. Is this going to be the chance to win it? No. Huge block in the middle of the box.
Trent's been able to do that time and time again throughout the first 90 minutes and even in golden goal, is just get the right player in the right place at the right time to defend any sort of goal-scoring opportunity. But here's a nice little 1-2, finds space, drives it home! Oh, it just goes wide! And what a chance that was!
Oh, but a mistake from the goal kick here. He's presented the ball straight back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. What a save from the goalkeeper, my word! Trent Alexander-Arnold can't believe it. Jurgen Klopp can't believe it in game. I can't believe it sat at home. Corner here for Liverpool. Goes short, and Jesper Karlström. Oh, my word, he's going to be sending a message to his goalkeeper after this game saying thank you very much, but now on the counter-attack. Surely not like this. Djurgårdens into the middle of the box, goes for the strike, but a comfortable save from the goalkeeper.
So much drama. I can only imagine the heart rate of both of these players. It's from the corner, but Alisson just keeps it tight to his chest. And again, we see Trent Alexander-Arnold just trying to quickly play the ball up the pitch. But Trent can't quite believe it. He will be kicking himself after this game if he doesn't come away with a victory. So many opportunities to win this in golden goal. But he just has to stay focused, has to forget all of those chances.
Well, here comes Jesper Karlström again inside the 18-yard box. Can he make one count? Surely! And there is the golden goal! Jesper Karlström has held his nerve in the quarter-final and will progress in the Stay and Play Cup. Golden goal, the only thing that can separate the two players.
Absolute heartbreak for Liverpool.
Wow.
Absolute heartbreak for Trent Alexander-Arnold. He came so close, Mark, like 2, 3, 4 times, but he just wasn't able to get there.
Yeah, unbelievable game. We're going to send it back to Jimmy and the guys now to break it down. What a match that was.
Wow. That was unbelievable. Maybe the match of the Stay and Play Cup. I still can't believe Trent Alexander-Arnold gave that one away. He had so many opportunities. An instant classic here, Spen.
Yeah, I think that was the game of the tournament for me. Had so many great moments, and golden goal coming in. Trent should have won it on the balance of the chances. Ironically, 2 of Jesper's goals were very Trent-like goals from his tie before. So well done to Jesper.
All right, well, we have Jesper with us right now. Congratulations, my friend. My question is, you had your lucky scarf yesterday. Where's your lucky scarf today? Did you not need it against Trent Alexander-Arnold?
Don't worry, guys.
There it is. There it is. Congratulations. What was the difference for you? Because he had a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, really tough game. Good opponent, but I think my goalkeeper did some excellent saves, and at the end I had the finish in the end.
So you go through, Jesper, to the semi-final. Congratulations. It's going to be the Jesper derby. Jesper Karlström versus Jesper Lindström. Have you seen any of Jesper Lindström's games, and do you think you can beat him?
Yeah, I've seen him. I saw a bit of the game against Roma now, and really good player. But as I said yesterday, I'm going to put the focus on myself, and I think I can beat him. Yeah.
You said you're going to focus on your own game. What do you take away from that matchup against Trent? What did you want to work on? What do you think you did really well?
I think he got in behind my how do you say, my wing backs sometimes. So I have to work on my defense a bit more.
All right. Well, Jesper, thank you so much for your time after the match. Congratulations. And we'll see you tomorrow in the semifinals.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you very much.
All right.